Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel ServiceNow Universe. Hope you all are doing well. Today in this session we'll discuss about Glide Query, and there are different functions inside Glide Query to read the data from the table and to insert the data into the table, update the data into the table, and delete the data from the table. So we'll go through all of them, and using Glide Query we can do Glide aggregate functions as well, so we can check that as well. And It performs some checks and gives some informative errors, so we'll see those as well. And at the end we'll just check, is it good in performance than Glide Record. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, we'll try to read the data from the configuration items table. So let's see the syntax. So it will be new Glide query. Okay, and if we are doing this in global scope, then this will be directly Glide query. If we are doing this in scoped application, then we have to write global here, because Glide query is a script include. So if we go to the script includes table, let me open script includes. Okay, and let me just search Glide query. So we see this is a script include, and in global application. That's why whenever we use this in scoped applications, we have to prefix global dot. Okay, so now we are doing this in global scope. That's why we'll just keep it Glide query. And as we are querying configuration items table, so let me just add cmdb underscore ci. Okay, and then we have to write dot. And if you want to query in Glide record we add query, then we have to write where. But let's don't query, let's get all the records first. So we have to write select. Okay, and we have to write here what all fields we want in return. Okay, for example, we want only name for now, and then we can write dot for each. Okay, and then inside that we have to write function, and in bracket I can say ci. We can give any variable name here, ci, because this is configuration item. I just given that as ci. Now I'll just print it here, gs.info. So this ci is nothing but a object. Okay, so I'll just print ci here. Okay, so let's see what it will print. Okay, we have to stringify this, json.stringify, and then ci. Okay, so we can see here we got each record as one object. Here we have name and we have sysid. So we have passed only name here, but sysid is added by default because this is the primary key. Okay, so if I add one more field here, for example, let me just manufacturer. Manufacturer. Okay, and then if I do this, so we get manufacturer as well here. Okay, in most of the cases that is null, but we get the manufacturer field, and we get sysid by default here. Whatever fields we add in select, we get that, and along with that we get the sysid. Okay, now if I want to print the value here, then I just need to do, because this is an object, so I'll do ci dot name. Okay, that will print me the name of that ci. Okay, that will print me the name of the ci. Okay, now if I want to add some condition, then I had to add where function. Okay, where I'll say where name, okay, the field on which we are writing the query, and then comma, next will be operator. I'll say starts with. Okay, and then I'll say starts with a example. Okay, now let's run this. Okay, now we can see uh, all of these are starting with these records are starting with a. Okay, now if I say starts with z, then run this script, then we get only those which starts with z. Okay, now if I don't give this, for example, if I don't give the operator, second operator, then it assumes that as name equal to. Okay, so it means, let me just go here and copy this name, and I'll go here I'll add this. Okay, now this will give me this one record. Okay, this will be equal to adding equal to operator here. Okay, okay, it's like this. So if we don't give any operator as a second parameter, then uh, it assumes that as a equal to. Okay, so this is how we can add where condition. So if we want to get all the records where name is not null or name is null, for example, where null, so we can add and we can run the script. So this will get all the records where name is null. So basically we don't have any record where name is null. For example, if I want to try this, so we can see there is no record where name is null. That's why we don't get any this thing here. So I can add where not null. So this is also there. So now this should print us all the records because name is not null in any of the record. Okay, now I can just for testing purpose we can get the incident, or we can just try with a manufacturer here. Manufacturer, sorry, manufacturer. Okay, and I'll say where null. Okay, where manufacturer is null, it is just printing those records here. Okay, now if we want or condition, then we have that function as well. It is just or where. It is just or where, so you can give it a try. And if you want or where null, so we have this function as well. We have or not, or where not null, so we have this function as well. So this is just the or condition. If you write at the beginning or, that will be or condition. If you don't write, that will be and condition. Okay, so this is the syntax of that. Now let's understand how this for each works. This is just for basic understanding. So for example, we have a array here, um, a, and we have some objects in there. For example, anything, key colon test, and let's say key colon test 2. Okay, now till here this returns a array like this. Okay, so for this array we can add a dot for each, and then we can write function. This is a syntax, and we can add this thing here, for example item, that will go through each item. Okay, and second parameter can be index. If you want index, then second parameter can be index. So let's see, I'll print here gs.info. I'll just comment this. Okay, gs.info, I'll say a dot name. Okay, sorry, a dot key. And if I want it to check at which index it is, so I can add index here. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, I think I need to do it. Sorry, it is not a, it is item dot key. It is item dot key. Okay, so we can see test is at 0th index and test2 is at first index. Okay, so this is how for each works. So now in the same way, what you can do is, if you want to simplify this code, then you can give semicolon here till this select, and you can get you can initialize this variable uh, all ci's, for example. Okay, and then here what you can do is all ci's dot for each. Okay, so if you do in this way, then also it will work. Okay, now it has given me all the records here. Okay, so we can see that. So in this way also we can use for each. Okay, okay, now we can add the limit as well here, how many records we want to get back. Like in glide record we add set limit, so same way we can add limit here. Limit, and I can give, for example, 2 records. So let me just try to print it. So we have 2 records here. Okay, now same way, if we want to order the records, then we have order by and order by desk as well. So order by, I'll say name, and this will print us this order by name. Okay, so same way we have order by desk as well here. or by disk. Okay, now so we are doing glide record sorry we are doing glide query on this CMDB CI, and we are fetching the data from here. Now in glide record we have one more API called glide record secure, that will apply the ACLs whenever we are querying we are querying that table, right? So we can achieve that as well here in glide query with a function called with ACLs. Okay, so let me just try this. So now we have got this result with ACLs using for example this, like a glide record secure. Okay, so like how while executing the glide record secure, the ACLs will be executed same way. With ACLs the with ACLs function will execute the ACLs before getting the data from that table. Okay. Okay, now let's check the error message if we do anything wrong in the field name. For example, this is the manufacturer field in where clause. I'll just add something to it and I'll try to print it. So now it says us unknown field manufacturer 2 is uh, in this table CMDBCI. So it shows all the known fields. What are the fields in that table? Okay, and it will not return us any data. Okay, it will not give us any data, but if you do the same thing in glide record, so let me just try to do that. Scripts background, let me open it. So I'll try to write a glide record query here, grci new glide record, and I'll do cmdb underscore ci, and I will see grci dot add query, and we'll say name is name starts with, for example, starts with a, starts with a. Okay, grci dot query. Okay, and we'll do while grci dot next and gs dot info, and we'll do grci dot name. Okay, now let's try to print this. Okay, so it is printing me all the records where name starts with a. Okay, now I'll do the mistake here. Instead of name, I'll do name one. Okay, now let me just run this. Okay, now it has given me a invalid query here because in this we have added invalid query. So if I add this invalid query, then it will ignore this whole query itself and it will return us the data here. You see, the data is returned. Okay, so even though there is a mistake in the field name, the encoded query is not valid. It has returned us all the records from that table because it has skipped this line. It means we are querying the whole table. Okay, so this is the benefit we have here in glide query. Okay, if we do any mistake, then that will be shown here, so that will not go to production. Okay, so this is the use, and we can have one more thing. So let me just add here where clause, and I can say name, and I'll say uh, equal to, and then I'll say uh, any name. Okay, this one. Okay, and this. Okay, let me try to print this. Yeah, it is printed. Now if I do any mistake in the operator, for example, uh, let me add something. So this will give us the error here. The operator is wrong, and it will not return us any result. This if we do same thing in here, if I add, for example, let me just remove starts with from here. Okay, so comma, then starts with, then comma, then for example z. Okay, so this has given me the result, but if I do any mistake here uh, in the operator, for example I'd add star, then we don't have any proper error message here that the operator is wrong. Okay, so we have to fix it manually. Okay, that opportunity is there in glide query, that it says us the operator is wrong. Okay, so and there is one more thing. For example, the priority field in the incident is a integer field. Okay, so let me just add one code here, this one. Let me query comment this. Okay, so now the priority field is integer field, but we are trying to push this string value to it. Okay, so let me just run this. So it says the value does not match. Okay, the one value does not match to the priority. So if we go to incident table and let me open any incident record. Okay, and this is the incident priority. Let me just show the choice list. Okay, so we can see the choice list is so values are integers. Okay, but we are trying to push the value which is string, that is one. So that's why this is ignoring, it is not returning us any result for this. Okay, so you see we don't have any result, we have the proper error message here. Okay, but if I just remove this one and add the integer value one, then it gives us the result here. Okay, for the incident with priority one. Okay. Okay, now let's try to see how to print the display fields here. Okay, so I have added short description. Let me add priority as well. Priority. One more thing, if I don't add priority here, let me remove it. Okay, and if I try to print priority, then I'll get undefined error because in this object we don't have priority here. So that's why we have to add the priority here. Okay. So I'll add that here. Okay, now we can see we have the priority value as one, that is the backend value, right? We don't have the display value. If we want to get the display value here, then we have to do like this, that is dollar and then display. Okay, and then add dollar display here as well, display. Okay, so if we now run it, then that is this is the display value of priority. Okay. So same way, I think we have options for getting the currency values and all. So if we go to script include, that glide query script include, let me go there. Okay, glide query. So in here they have given some examples for the display values. So let me search for mm, okay, dollar display. Okay, uh, I think I have seen some example for currency as well. Okay, so we have here. So for display value, we will do dollar display. If we want currency code, then we'll do dollar currency code in front of the field name. Then we'll get it like this, like USD or Euro or Yen. And if you want the full display value of the currency field, then we have currency underscore display. That is, we'll get the response like this. Sorry, answer like this. And we, if you want the string, then we'll get the output like this. Okay, so these are the different uh, things to get the display value and display value of the currency field. Okay, so we can use that. And here we have examples for each function, so we can just check it here. Okay, now we'll go here and let me just go to incidents table. For example, I'll add a query here, that is priority. uh, Priority is one critical, and I'll add active is true. Okay, so active is true. Now I have this encoded query with me, and uh, can I use this encoded query in glide query? So if I add it here in where clause, let's see, will this run? So it will not run. It will say this is not valid. Okay, it assumes this as a field, but this it will not understand this encoded query. So for that we have a different way. So we need to remove this where condition. Okay, so we have to add glide query dot parse, and then we have to give the table name in first parameter. In second parameter we have to give the encoded query. Okay, like this. Okay, and if I run it now, we'll get this. Okay, and I can add short description, task dot short description. Okay, so in this way we'll get we can add the encoded query to glide query as well. Okay, using parse function. Okay, till now we tried to read the value from the tables. Let's now go and try to insert the data in the table. Okay, so let me just add one code here. Copy and paste. This is also simple. So we'll say new glide record task. So I'll add incident table for a reference, and we have this disable auto sys fields. So if we don't add this, then what it will do, it will update the system fields. Okay, the fields which starts with sys underscore. Okay, if we don't add that, then it will not update these fields. If we add it, like in glide record we add set auto sys fields false, so it will not update the system fields. Okay, now let me run it. Okay, so it has inserted one incident. So if we go here and refresh, so we have let me just check. Yeah, we have to remove priority one active true. So we have this, okay, which is opened just now. Okay, and if we add this, now this will not uh, this will insert the record, but it will not update the system fields. Okay, like set autosys fields false. So same way we can add one more function here, that is disable workflow. uh, Disable workflows. Okay, so what this will do, this will not trigger any other business rule like set workflow false we do in glide record. Okay, okay, let me just check the name of the function. Disable, yeah, it's not workflows, just workflow. Disable workflow. Okay, that has inserted one record and it has disabled the workflows. Okay, so it has inserted one record here now. Okay, okay, now we can update the record as well. For that, what you have to do is, for example, if I want to update this record, so I have to get the sysid to identify this record, a sysid or any field, for example number field also we can get. So what we have to do is we have to add a where clause here. Okay, to identify which record to update or which records to update. Okay, we can update multiple records as well. So I'll say sys id, and then I can add equal to, or I can skip that. If we don't add operator, then that considers as equal to. Okay, so now I have added this. So I'm saying update this record. So description is already there. So what I'll do is, here we have empty short description. So let's add short description, short underscore description, and let's try to print this. Okay, now if I refresh this, okay, oh, we have not changed the function to update. That's why. Let me change to update. Now this has updated now. Okay, so we can notice for INC005, and now this has updated uh, the short description as example here. Okay, okay, now here in this case we have different function for insert and update, insert function and update function. So let me just comment it and uh, paste some new code where we have only one function, insert or update, that will insert the record. Okay, for example, I'll add incident here and I'll add short description. Okay, is test inc. Okay, uh, let's add this. Okay. Okay, so now when I run this, this will insert the record. Okay, I'll let you know why. So now it has inserted it, and if we refresh the page, so we have a new record with test INC short description. Okay, now let me copy the sysid of this. Now, if we want to use the same record to update, sorry, same function insert or update to update that record, so I'll just simply add here sys underscore id, and I'll give the ID of that. Okay, now I'll say change short description test INC to test INC 2. Okay, I'll run this. Okay, now it has updated. Let's see, INC 007, so that is changed to test INC 2. So the one function can be used here to insert or update. Okay, now we can have a delete function. Okay, so let me just add this. So I'll say new glide query, then dot where, so which records to delete, so that we can select here. So I'll say the records which are created on today. So if we want to add the encoded query, then we can use parse, or else I can just simply delete this for now. Copy sys id. I'll go here where sys id comma is this, and I'll simply say dot delete multiple. Okay, so we have this function. If you want to delete only one record, then you have to add condition like this. Okay, so I'll just run that. The record is deleted, so if we refresh, this should be gone now. Let me see. So inc 007 is gone, it is deleted. Okay. Okay, now let's see some glide aggregate functions in glide query. So let me remove all this and paste a new code here. Okay, so I can use global for scoped applications, or else directly glide query here. So we are doing it on task, and we are adding simply where clause, that is active true, all the active tasks, and we are adding group by. Okay, now this group by is available in glide aggregate. Okay, so we are grouping it by priority, and aggregate we are adding is sum. So what we want to do, we want to for example, if all the priority one uh, tasks should be for all the priority one tasks, we have to sum of the reassignment count. Okay, then we are saying just comment this line first. Okay, we don't want this, we'll go through it next. Okay, now select all those records which match this condition, and then just print out that. Okay, so I'll just say this. So it is printing for priority one records, there are the sum of the reassignments is 11. Okay, for priority 2 it is 3, for priority 3 6, for 4 it is 4, for priority 5 it is 5. Okay, it means if we go to here, I think we need to go to task record, right? So let me task table. So let me go to task dot list. Okay, and first we'll just check the priority one. Okay, so I'll add active is true, and priority is one critical. Okay, let me just do this. Now all these are active priority one tasks. Okay, let me add reassignment count here. Reassignment count field is there. Okay, now I'll add this. Okay, so it's the sum of this. Okay, where we have reassignment count here, the sum of this is equal to 11. Okay, now how to check that, let me just go here. So we have um, configure list calculations, we can add list calculations, and we want the sum, right? Total value. Okay, so I'll just do this. Okay, So if we scroll down to the bottom, uh, then we can see this is 11. Okay, reassignment count is 11 for priority one incidents, it is 11. Okay, same way priority two incidents, it is 3. Okay, now having what it is doing is it is saying if sum of reassignment count is greater than 4, then only show it. Okay, for example 3 and 4, these two will be eliminated once I add this. Okay, so if I run this, so you see those priority 2 and priority 4 incidents are gone now. Okay, so if I add this as greater than 10, okay, only we have one uh, record here for priority 1. Okay, so this is how we can use the glide aggregate functions. Okay, so this is all about glide query. So in this way we can use glide query, and for this glide query we have some limitations as well. If we go to glide query uh, documentation, then we can see the limitations as well here. First limitation is the glide date and glide date time objects are considered as strings here, JavaScript strings. So let me just scroll down. Yeah, limitations are here. So reading and writing the tables that do not allow access from other scopes. Okay, so other scopes tables cannot be read here. So reading the encoded queries might be this is old one. Yeah, because they said reading the encoded query is not possible, but with the glide query.parse function, we can read it. Okay, and this glide date and glide date time objects are read as JavaScript strings. That is one limitation, and updating the journal feed is a limitation, and FX currency fields is limitations. Okay, so these are some limitations, but in upcoming releases might be these limitations. They'll fix these limitations, I think. Yeah. Now let's now the time to check the performance. Let's see whether uh, using glide query will improve the performance or not. Okay, for that what we'll do is we'll try to read the configuration items. We have 2784 configuration items here, so let's try to read it with glide query first. Okay, now I'll just add where, not where, so we don't want this, so we'll add select, and select, I'll just add name, and we'll do for each function, and then this will be ci, and here we can just print this dot info. I'll print the whole object json dot stringify and ci. Okay, let's see how much time this takes. Okay, this is the time here. So we can see 1.514. So now let's try to glide record this. Okay, scripts, background. Okay, now let's add the simple code here. That is, we're doing glide record on CMDB CI, querying all the records and just printing the name of the CI. Okay, let's see how much time this will take. Okay, this has taken 1.397 and this has taken 1.514. So I don't think glide query will improve the performance, but it has its own pros and cons over the glide record. Okay, and if we go to the script include again glide query and search for glide record here, uh, glide record. So in one of the comment, yeah, here in one of the comment it has written by default glide query uses glide record for the database interactions. So might be after we do glide query in backend it is using glide record itself. So might be with this line I can assume that the performance will not be increased, but as it has some pros, so it depends on the developer to use the glide query or glide record. So that's my conclusion. If you feel this video is informative, then please hit the like button and share the video and add questions to the comment. I'll try to answer them. And please subscribe this channel for more videos like this. Thank you.